What is up, everybody? TJ here. Bash on the buttons. We're back from the holiday season. It's 2026. New year, new me, new game. We're finally done with that just horrendous excuse for video game that was WCW versus the World for PlayStation 1. That's out of here. I might put it in the microwave before the week is over. We're now on to the Nintendo GameCube, and we're going to play WrestleMania X8 for the GameCube. To me, the GameCube is one of the most underrated consoles ever. I remember buying one of these when I was a kid. This game was released in 02. I think the GameCube was released in 01, so I would have been 16. This may be the first console I bought myself, as opposed to like my parents buying it, whatever the case is. Although I don't remember having this game. So I'm 99% sure I've never played this. And of course, I did go online and order the strategy guide for it. And it will be here Thursday, unlike the last strategy guide I ordered for WCW versus the World, which I ordered that in November. Still no shipping label, still hasn't been sent. And I love eBay's policy where you're like, hey, I'd like to cancel his order because he hasn't sent it yet. And they're like, can't do that. Please respect his wishes. What about my money, bruh? So we have so many things to discuss. I know New Year, right? New Year's resolutions. I need to get back in the gym. All the weight I had lost last year before I hurt my neck is back. Although I do feel better. I haven't had a drink in 3 weeks, I think. Whenever we Drunken Pop recorded the Christmas Chaos episode, that was the last time I had a drink. I haven't smoked already in over 2 weeks, since the 19th. Now, it is not my New Year's resolution to quit drinking, because I don't drink a lot as it is. It is my New Year's resolution to quit smoking, because I realized actually this month, January, will be my 21st year smoking cigarettes. My cigarette addiction will be old enough to drink later this month. So enough. No more, not to mention Camels are $12 a pack now here in Indiana. So no more smoking. We're done. And you guys, your ad-free shows, folks, you're going to be seeing me throughout, the months when we go to different events and whatnot. You're going to keep me honest. No smoking this year. We're done. But as far as no drinking is concerned, I say we celebrate the new year. Let's have a toast before we get started with some video games here in 2026. What a lineup we've got coming here for the new year. We'll get into that here in a minute. We've got this game for 3 weeks. The game after this is WWF Super WrestleMania for Super Nintendo, which came out in 92. And then we're finishing up this block with Pro Wrestling for NES. While we're doing Pro Wrestling for NES, week 2 of that show, we're going to release the new poll of 4 games that will be up for us to play in the next block. You will decide which order by your votes. Those 4 games will be Royal Rumble for Dreamcast, In Your House for Sega Saturn. I've never played a Sega Saturn. I have one. I've never played it. So I'm kind of hoping that one wins first because I'm kind of stoked to play. I've never had one. Tag Team Wrestling for NES. I've never heard of, and I heard it's awful. So we got that to look forward to. And then, of course, we're going to round out that 4 block with WCW NWO Revenge. Will be that for N64. So we got all those things coming up. I got my vodka here, my mason jar, my trademark mason jar is back. In goes the Fresca. If you never had Fresca and vodka, I know it sounds like an old lady drink, and it probably is, but them shits are delicious. And before we get going, here's a cheers to you. Hope you had a good holiday, and here's to a great 2026. I'd say without further ado, I think it's time. Now, of course, if you've been watching the show that normally I would have this queued up and ready to go already, but I think on the first week, it's always good to hear like the sounds of your childhood. Those consoles booting up for the first time. So that being said, my cute little WrestleMania mini disc is going in. And now we're going to hear that Nintendo GameCube boot up. Listen to it. So again, I mentioned that this, I believe, to me, to be one of the more underrated consoles ever. Dreamcast is my number one. I will put GameCube right behind it. But Pondwater's here. That's right. Game on. I do want to create system data. We do have a memory card in because I'm not a derelict. So it when I was growing up, it would always take me months to realize that I should probably actually just buy a memory card so I didn't have to keep starting over from scratch every time. So we've got all that. Let's get it going. There are some interesting facts about this game. Now, it's not quite as bad as WWF Warzone, which was the first game we played. That I think there was 5 people: Bret Hart, British Bulldog, Ahmed Johnson, and Shawn Michaels that weren't technically with the company when the game was released. Bret Hart and Davey Boy were in WCW. Ahmed Johnson was released, and Shawn Michaels was technically retired when that game was released. Sean Jones, he agrees with me. He knows what's up. Ooh, there's something fun. You saw how it just said WWF? If you look at the cover, it says WWE. Now, why would it say that? What would the difference be? Because while this game was being produced, and actually shortly before it was released, which was June of 2002, was the now infamous WWF lawsuit. They had just lost the rights to the WWF. They were now the WWE. But for some reason, they got away with keeping the WWF logo in the game. But the cover said WWE. Is that not fascinating to you? That's the kind of thing that I enjoy. Press start. You got it. And what's fun, so Path of the Champion is our road to the WWE world title. Actually, there's several titles available there, which we will get into here in a moment. Then there's Battle for the Belts. I was reading this before I started the show tonight. So Battle for the Belts. What does it mean? You already have a path to the championship. What's Battle of the Belts? Well, if you go to the champion belt. Oh, never mind. I don't have it. Stop it. I think there's got to be a way to list. All right. So there's a couple belts in here. Oh, it's by difficulty also. There's a couple belts in here that people realize look oddly similar to other belts from other companies. So again, I'll remind you, this is released in June of 2002. WCW, ECW, not a thing anymore. Well, I mean, it is because we're doing a stupid invasion angle. But as far as independent companies, not a thing. So let's see if we can find a couple belts that look, well, there you go. GGW. Couple belts that maybe look like other belts from other places. Allegedly, there's also an IWGP belt somewhere in this lineup, or something strikingly similar to it in this lineup. King. That looks like an NWA belt. Actually, no. Yeah, I'd say that's an NWA belt. Yeah, Pondwater, you're on here. You tell me what that looks. Looks like maybe the old NWA like TV title was silver, so maybe like Mid America's title, something like that. That looks like the UFC title. WCW World Tag Team. That's not entirely surprising. That means nothing to me. What belt is this? I can't remember. That's the WCW International. That's the old WWF tag team title, I believe, in the 70s. The ECW hardcore belt, or WCW rather, gross. That's the NW. That's the NWA old North American title or U.S. title, excuse me. The Lex Luger edition. That looks uncomfortable. Where that eagle would cut the shit out of you on the top. Women's title. Okay, that's not. That's a thing. That's the TV title, the NWA one, the '80s one. That's another NWA title. How do you have your own championship belt on here and it looks like ass? Come on. That was that the Brawl for All? Did they get a belt for Brawl for All? I feel like that would be from Brawl for All. I don't know why. I don't know why GCW is on here. That looks like a knockoff of a WCW tag title. These are hard, by the way, hard titles. Hard. That looks like an ECW title. It looks like it has barbed wire in the letters. That's the AWA prison belt, which I have in my, not the actual one, but a replica in my cabinet behind me. That's an ECW title. 2, Smoking Skull, Brahma Bull. I cannot tell you how much it annoys the shit out of me that not only is this belt available in the Shop Zone, still to this day, I believe, it's in a lot of wrestling games. This belt never saw television. Where did this belt come from? It's everywhere. I don't like it. And then Create a Superstar. I am curious to see how creative wrestlers have evolved from, again, I believe Warzone was the first one. That was 97. Difficulty normal. Okay, well, that looks fine. And again, there's always like 5 to 8 wrestlers that are on the ready. You like, if you paid attention, you can put their costumes together. So let's see. That looks like Bruno Sammartino with no hair. So let's see if we can find some. I don't understand. What is this? What are we doing? This is just body types. I don't care about that. Lower body. How about clothing? Let me try that. What do you say? I am already irritated. Forget it. So I say we just jump in to Path of a Champion. Now we get several belts to choose from. Oh, and we get title holders. Here's another interesting thing. Heavyweight title, Triple H. Rob Van Dam, who's one of the cover wrestlers on the game. It's Austin, Hogan, and RVD. And I've also seen another copy of this game with Austin, Rock, Hogan, and RVD. There's your Intercontinental Champion. Christian's a European. Here's what's fun. When this game is released, Christian's not the European champion. It is Diamond Dallas Page, who's not on this game at all. Hardcore title is The Undertaker. Yikes. Light heavyweight title, Tajiri. Tag team champions, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. I did not set the clock, as you can tell, for my GameCube or the time. So let's do new game. And I say we just go in heavyweight championship because I don't want that stupid oval intercontinental title. So we're going straight for the WWE championship. There are unlocked or question mark people. Can I pick them? No. Now, should also be just like Warzone, there are people you can unlock depending on who you win the title with. So what would be a fun place to start? Let's go. Love me some Lance Storm. He's on here. Right there. What's L mean? Nothing. I have no idea what this version of Albert is. Was he in Too Cool? Did I miss something? Like, I was still watching wrestling here in 02, but my viewership must have just kind of drifted off because I don't remember that whatsoever. Big Show, RVD, Booker T, Edge, Christian, Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Boys, Lita, the Dudleys, Test, William Regal, Hollywood Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Rikishi, Kane, Jericho, Angle, Triple H, Undertaker, Austin, and The Rock. Well, I'm going to go just like how we started with WCW versus the World. I'm picking me, William Regal. Still one of my all-time favorites. Boom. And we're going to start with the Hurricane. He's coming through. I always enjoy the best wrestlers to never win. Well, the graphics are already better than Warzone for sure. Do we have trademark music? Yep. Can't play that on YouTube. I will get struck down. I always enjoy the best wrestlers to never win the world title conversation. And everyone always says, Scott Hall and Mr. Perfect, and rightfully so. Jake Roberts probably belongs in that conversation. Jerry Lawler, but I mean, unless you count the Southern title, which won like 54 times. Arn Anderson, I would throw in there. But we never discussed William Regal, and I don't think that's fair. I mean, Regal, to me, he didn't get used well enough in WCW. I thought when he feuded with Sting in what I think it was 94, I didn't watch it in real time. I had to go back and watch it because, again, I didn't start watching WCW until 96. But I thought that was their best utilization of Regal. Obviously, a big-time story with Sting. He's the guy at the time. But really, after that, they never really used him that well. He had what's like a memorable, Regal feud, and I'm not going to count him just with dog walking Goldberg on Nitro. You can't name one. They just didn't. He was just kind of there. But when any of that stupid feud with Prince I, but he was with Prince IK and Rey Mysterio. Not to say that they're dumb. I mean, Rey Mysterio is clearly amazing, but like that's, I don't know. But what, like in his WWE stuff, especially here in 02, like he's one of the best heels ever. He's phenomenal. Like especially in WCW in 95 and 96 before the NWO showed up. They were so in need of heels, desperately in need of heels. They didn't have a lot to choose from. And I think Regal could have fit the bill. I even think Regal could have fit in the Four Horsemen instead of McMichael. Now, granted, McMichael, I think actually fit better in the Horseman than people think to give him credit for. Not saying he's the best Horseman ever, although Ric Flair did say in an interview McMichael is Flair's favorite Horseman. That's from his mouth. But I think Regal could have fit in as a Horseman. But yes, all that to say, Regal, to me, is in the conversation for best wrestlers to never win the world title. Now, let's see if I can figure out how to pin. Since there is no practice. Even Warzone had practice. Is it the D-pad? No, that's taunt. Okay, that works out nice. The grapple system is already just days better than Warzone was for obviously. It's not an 11 button combo. Let's see. Where are you going? All right. It's not the C button. I don't know how to pick them up. Boo. Donald stretch. We got Lawler and JR over there announcing. Is there like a... Nope. There is a Z button up here too, as the acting as the right bumper. Let's see if it's that. It is. We got a pin. 1, 2. Is that a Hebner referee sighting? Get up. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. Oh, I kicked him right up. Right in the goot, and then he Russian leg sweeped me anyway. I don't know. Oh! I could be done. Did he get up? Or did I kick out? I think he's getting up, and he's taunting me now. So, like, how do you... Boston Crab. How do you hit... what's the finisher on this bitch? On this game? No. What was his finisher? Was he doing the regal stretch? Yeah, he was. He was doing the regal stretch. And the power of the punch. Ooh, how can I forget about that? Power of the pinch. All right, enough of you pinning me. I really don't know if he's just getting up or if I'm kicking out. All right. Help. Help. Oh, here we go. Lift is X. Reversals R for strike. L's grapple. Special move A and B. Okay. All right. I got one special. So it's A and B. So let's see. That's a Boston Crab still. Power of the punch. Bam. Got him. What was pin? 1, 2. What? Power of the punch was not in this game. Is stupid. I hate it. All right, so X is lift. That's good to know. Ooh, schoolboy. He's in the ropes. Reversal. Kick. No. Stop it. All right. Now you're going to get another power of the punch for your trouble. What are you doing? You are a goof, sir. Ship it. That better be enough. Thank you, Lord. God. So does he only have the power of the punch and not the regal stretch? It's interesting. I don't know if I care for that. So I would have to think, since we're going off the WWF title, the last guy is going to be Triple H, yes? Lance Storm. Does anyone else out there in the audience think Lance Storm in 2000 should have been the WCW champion when he had all the belts? Because I do. He had what did he have? He had the U.S. title, Cruiserweight, and I think he had Hardcore for some dumbass reason. And I remember him feuding with Booker T. I think it was over the U.S. title. And I think him having the world title at that time, having all the belts, would have been outstanding. Lance Storm's another one. Never won the world title. Should be in the conversation. We never cut good promos. We didn't need to. It is a short list of people, and Regal actually might be on the list, of guys that were better in the ring than Lance Storm. And I think Team Canada, minus Major Guns, but Lance Storm, Elix Skipper, and Mike Awesome was underrated. And I actually, their feud with Jim Duggan and Jim Duggan turning heel and joining Team Canada, I thought was actually one of the decent things that WCW did in 2000. That, 3 Count, and the Young Dragons, because it exposed us to a lot of great cruiserweights, and it kind of brought the focus back on the cruiserweight title because we hadn't seen it in a while. So you had Shane Helms, Shannon Moore, and who was the other one? Shannon Moore, Shane Helms, Evan Courageous. There you go. And then it was Yang, the future Jimmy Wang Yang, Kaz Hayashi, and then Jamie Noble on the mask. But I thought they missed an opportunity because by that, and I'm not blaming them necessarily because I don't know if I would have done it either, but they were in the process of trying to elevate Mysterio and Billy Kidman with the Filthy Animals, which sucked. But I get it. Billy Kidman even beat Hogan. I think people forget that. But we could have had them, 6 guys against Billy Kidman and Mysterio and didn't. And really could have got them guys over in the cruiserweight division. But again, I understand why they didn't do it. I get it. But I'm just going to just beat the shit out of Lance Storm. I have another question for you WCW fans out there. Why was Alex Wright never in the Blue Bloods? Well, they're British and he's German. He didn't talk. Also, Bobby Eaton was from Alabama. Alex Wright's another one. I do not understand why they did not do more with Alex Wright. I just don't get that. So good, so young. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm not blaming anyone necessarily. It's just baffling. Like he's right there. He was with you the whole time. Also, unpopular opinion, but go ahead. I mean, that's what we're here to talk about it. I think, and he was even one of the cover guys on Revenge. I think Raven should have been more involved in the world title picture and maybe even snuck one in. I'm not saying for long, but I think when he had his feud with Goldberg for the U.S. title, I think Raven, with Raven's flock, specifically Saturn. Saturn was another one, by the way, that had a long match with Goldberg and kind of exposed him. But I think between the Raven and the Raven's flock, and again, specifically Saturn, you could have used that to have Raven beat Goldberg, and it still would have been like, oh, well, it took 9 of them, and one of them's 9 foot tall in Ron Reese. Just for, a week or two, or pay-per-view to pay-per-view, Goldberg wins it back. But Raven's promo skills and in-ring, he was capable of so much, and they just never really took advantage of it. The flock was essentially a joke, and then, well, not at first, it became that. It did spawn Canyon and Saturn, but nice. But Raven became so disgruntled that Bischoff, the famous meeting he had where he said, if anyone wants out, let me know now and you can go. And Raven was the one that took him up on his offer and said, yeah, I'll go. and then left for ECW. But man, they had something with Raven and Saturn, specifically Raven, Saturn, and Canyon, and I'll throw Kidman in there while we're doing it. I never did understand what Stevie Richards' purpose was when he was in WCW. I don't remember him wrestling ever, and he was just kind of there mouthpiecing for Raven, who could talk just fine on his own. So apparently, if you kick out, you automatically get a special move bar, which is dumb. Because now it's time for Power of the... Oh, shit. Damn it. So if you hold X... And if you hold X, you pick him up facing his back. When I just murdered Lance Storm, and then he no-sold my shit. He just gets up, pulls an Austin Aries on me. So how was everyone's holidays? Was down in North Carolina from from December 20th, and I got back yesterday. And had a great time with my mom and my stepdad and my sister and her husband and all my nieces and nephews. Had a great Christmas. However, Thursday, my wife and both of my kids were diagnosed with strep. I didn't get it. I've never had it. So to this day, somehow I missed that bullet. Today was the third time Jamie's been to the ER, twice in North Carolina, now once here. And not only did she have strep, she had a cage match. This ain't supposed to be this serious, bro. She had oh, by the way, I just won the Ram Network Fantasy Football League. I beat Timmy by a point. Woot. What's up? She had pharyngitis and tonsillitis on top of it. So she's been miserable. She's upstairs. She just got back a couple hours ago. She got some steroid and some antibiotics in her. Already feeling much better, but obviously still not 100%. Yeah, I missed it. My kids are pretty much already recovered and moved on. I can actually hear my son just stomping around like he's in marching band practice right now upstairs. Yeah, I still, even with that, it was a lot of fun. It was much needed. And everyone always takes like vacation, and this isn't necessarily the wrong approach, by the way, but vacation, like, oh, I need to take a break from work. And everyone absolutely needs to do that, by the way. I'm not discounting that. But, and I want to make sure I say this the right way, because even this show was so new. Hold on. This show is so new, and in its inception, I have no issue that the show's unscripted. So I have no problem with this, like doing the show every week, because there's no script. I just kind of tell you what I found out about the game and we play it. Like, it's not, and I just talk about whatever pops into my head, as you no doubt have noticed. Been watching this so far. But like, the other shows we do, I do have a hand in writing a few of them and ideas and whatnot for new shows, new content. And your brain kind of gets, what are you doing? Your brain kind of gets overloaded, and you got flush everything out once in a while. And vacations go for that too. I will tell you, I came back yesterday, and the whole time I was gone, mind you, I made it an effort at 40 years old, because I see, even not only at my age, but my kids, Piper specifically being 6, how obsessed with the tablet she can be. So I made a very hard decision. I brought my Xbox, but I don't play online games, so that part of it doesn't really bother me. But I went out of my way to kind of stay off social media and not look at wrestling stuff, not really listen to how do you run? not listen to other wrestling podcasts or anything like that. And I came home yesterday, and then today I started texting everyone again from my peeps over at Mark-On Moments. And I have new show ideas. My brain's completely reset. I've already pitched two show ideas. I've written 3 Drunken Pop episodes for upcoming. Like, I'm so ready to go. And on top of that, I get to go to work tomorrow. 2 weeks away. Mind reset. Like, I did read my work emails while I was gone, so I'm already going to be a little annoyed when I go back tomorrow because some really dumb shit happened while I was gone. But this is the first time I ever took a 2-week vacation. And I might have to make this a thing because it was kind of nice. Battery's just completely recharged. So let's... How do you climb? Does it say? Oh, climb cage X. A and shake the joystick at the top of the cage to escape. Okay. Suppose climb X. All right. Let's try to climb the cage. X. And that's how you win a cage match. We just beat Scotty Too Hotty in like 40 seconds. This is way better than Warzone. Because I also know I'm not going to have any of these douchebags challenge me in a grudge match, even though I already beat him. By the way, again, if you've been watching the show from the beginning, you know that Shane McMahon, I never won the world title in Warzone. I think we're 4 matches away, not counting grudge matches. The next match we have with Mankind is for the Intercontinental title, and I will not give up. So I will be sneaking back on here on non-scheduled days to try to win the WWF title in Warzone. That has not stopped. We're going to keep trying that. Matter of fact, my PlayStation, I only have 2 consoles in this room. The rest of them are over there locked up in a cabinet. The GameCube obviously is right here. We're playing it right now. And the PlayStation is actually right behind my computer. So we will absolutely be coming back to Warzone and trying to win the world title. Probably, I mean, maybe this week. But going back to the vacation, resetting your, recharging your batteries things. I told you guys I was going to be back till Friday, whatever that is, the 9th. And I woke up this morning. I was like, I want to do that today. I want to do that tonight. Well, yesterday, because I tweeted about it yesterday. But like, I was so ready to do this show and play this game and get back with you guys and just talk. Is he wrestling in a suit? What are we doing? I don't hate the animations of his entrance. I don't understand why every stage set is WrestleMania X8. That's kind of crazy. I wonder how many people you have to beat to win the world title. Is it like... I'm curious to know, like, when was the first time Macho Man was an unlockable character again in a game for WWE? I remember he was on the cover of that WWE All-Stars game, like right before he died. I wonder when the first time he was an unlockable character. I believe when he did the All-Stars thing, because it was his voice, I remember in the commercial too. I believe he had just signed a Legends deal. I believe that was the year he went in the Hall of Fame. And I think that he was supposed to make some sort of a return. Not like in the ring, I'm not saying that, but Macho Man on camera again for the WWE. And then of course he passed away. Which seeing Macho Man on WWE television, no matter the role, which at the time would have been the first time since 94, so 17 16 years would have been incredible. Like that, everyone thought the pop was huge from when Warrior came back, dude. The pop for the Macho Man showing back up in a WWE ring after being gone for nearly 20 years would have been nuts. I don't know if there's a more beloved WWE figure in the history of, what are you doing? Get down. In the history of that company, with the exception of maybe Austin. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to clarify it. That's more beloved than Macho Man Randy Savage. Now, obviously, Hogan and Austin and The Rock, I'll even say, and Cena are probably more over than Macho Man, but I don't know anyone that hates Macho Man Randy Savage, fan-wise. Like, I'm a huge Piper fan, but I've heard people say, you know, they don't like his promos, whatever. I mean, they're wrong, but that's fine. I've never heard anyone say anything negative about Macho Man Randy Savage, ever. I think it's pretty much across the board like, yeah, that dude was the shit. And yeah, and seeing him in a ring would have been insane. You know, it's impossible in 97 as it seemed that Bret Hart would ever come back. I kind of knew Bret Hart was going to come back at some point. I knew he was. I don't know why, but I did think that. All right, Shane. Thank you, Shane McMahon. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you son of a bitch. He is better than Lance Storm. Lance Storm did not kick out of that. I wonder if there's a strong grapple. I haven't even tried. Let's pick him up. Get up. Nope. So there's like 5 moves I can do. That's why I keep doing the underhook powerbomb. Nope, got a text message from the wife. Okay. Everything's fine. Everyone's fine. She's upstairs hanging out with the kids. And we just realized that Jack's Hot Wheels are down here with his track. So he's not thrilled right now. That's fine. He'll get over it. He'll live, you know? Oh, my kids, this trip, you can't just pull them off the turnbuckle. That's stupid. My kids on this whole trip were outstanding. They were great. I couldn't be happier, prouder of them. I got 2 great kids. My son Jack, for those who know me already know this. I don't keep it a secret. But my son Jack is nonverbal autistic, and he says a handful of words and phrases. But my mom told him that she loved him, and he said it back. Now, he didn't say, "I love you." He said what he thinks it should sound like, but he has never done that before. So the whole house almost cried. It's a nice moment. Trying to get Shane one more power of the punch, because I believe the next one, it will be over. Slap. Where are you going? You're done. Get up. One, two. What are we doing? He kicked out again? This game's too much. How do I inflict pain on a submission hold? Because I feel like this is the only page. That's dumb. I feel like with 2 power of the punches, any submission hold should do it also. And that is not the case. Or really, 2 Power of the Punches should have done it, and it didn't. I definitely didn't get up. Maybe old Tim White just realized he was in the ropes. Now he's mounting offense. Watch out. Come Shane O'Mac. There you go, schoolboy. We'll get down to, look at that bald spot. Yikes. Why would you have a referee in a video game with a giant bald spot? That is crazy. So I think what would be interesting for the next show, because this game does have a lot of people, but it's also obviously missing a lot of people. I mean, we mentioned Diamond Dallas Page is not in this game. Really, any of the none of the invasion guys except for Booker T are in this game. In the Dudleys, there's no. Taz was on it. You're special. There's no Jindrak, no O'Hare, no Palumbo. Also, I do find it confusing, although if Jericho made this decision, I understand. Why wasn't Jericho on Team WCW? The invasion. Well, at least would have helped level the playing field. You know. Yeah, Austin, Undertaker, Angle, Jericho, and then Booker. Did he just do the Angle Slam? And then you got Booker T and Hugh Morris and Canyon. And nothing against either one of them. I love both of them. Well, I loved Hugh Morris until I found out he was he just submitted. Until he was a douche in training anyway. Actually, I interviewed Hugh Morris a couple of years ago for PW Mania. And this was after we knew about everything that happened in NXT. Still a really nice guy. I understand what he did was terrible. But, man, triple threat cage match. Devon Dudley and Edge. Well, at least we know we can win a cage match in no time flat. I want to know if this is the original Dudley Boys theme song or like the revamped one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go find version 1 of their music from the WWF on YouTube. I don't know why they ever changed it. It's so much better than what they have now, in my opinion. There's no words, and that's fine. There doesn't need to be. It's the Dudley Boys. Let's see if we can track it a little bit. Is this Devon? It is. Nope, let's see the new one. Owen's better. You know what's crazy is I was a giant fan of the Dudley Boys, and they had like 400 shirts come out. And I've never owned any of them. That's crazy to think about. I never had a lot of wrestling shirts until I was older. Let's see what Christian song this is. Oh, never mind, it's Edge. Still his original song. If you don't count The Brood. So when I was a teenager, I had the DX like red stamped shirt. Which is funny because when I was a kid, at least the Triple H Shawn Michaels DX, I hated him. I didn't like it at all. I thought until I was older, I thought Shawn Michaels was overrated as hell. I didn't understand what the big deal was. And like I didn't like how do I change my attention? Change target. Oh, the C stick. So then I should be able to. Yep. Oh, settle down, Devon. My goodness. Goodness. How's this I'm gonna win the match, guys. No, you're not. What are goodness. Devon's just going ham in here. Edge just going to let Devon win. The hell? Oh. Okay, we found our first flaw in this game. It was going so well. This triple threat cage. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. It is not easy to change targets. Let's see if I can turn on the player indicators. So now I should be able to see who I'm looking at. There we go. Much better. What are you? I'm looking right at you, Devin. Hey, Edge is gonna win. You tool. Yeah, you take a power bomb. See how you like it. Oh boy, get away. So yeah, we definitely found our first flaw in this game. Which, by the way, if this is the first flaw, is this good on him? Because this game up until this point has been, oh, we just got the ref. We got a ref bump. This game up to this match has been, it's not terrible still. It's just, it's what's the word I want to use? Clunky. You know, it's not smooth, it's not polished, which is fine. I also did not know there's a game for WWE on GameCube called Day of Reckoning. And I have no idea. Didn't make it. What that is or what that is based off of. Was there a pay-per-view called Day of Reckoning? Because I don't remember that at all. Oh my God. D1's going to win. Oh, phew. Oh, boy. That was a close one. D1 almost snuck one out there. Would you stop? Get down. This could take a while. Getting both of these guys beaten down enough to actually be able to exit the cage. Well, I mean, I guess I could do this for a half an hour and then leave. He's blocked power of the punch. I didn't lose it special, so that's fine. No. They're ganging up on me. That's fine. Damn it. I was going to sneak one out there. Get up, Regal. Didn't beat up that bad. We got Devon incapacitated. Step it. Nice. Oh, and I just got the, was that the Impaler DDT? Devon's headbutting people. He might win this right now. Okay, good. Who was that? A finisher of Regal's? I think it was. Now, I'm not saying I just did a finish, but didn't he use that as a finisher? I don't remember the name of it. Or somebody did. Nope. Don't get out. Oh. I wonder if you can just pin people. Oh, yeah, apparently you can. Because I don't. Oh, shit. I don't know if Edge's been able to escape the cage, although Edge probably is about to do it. He did. Damn it. I wonder if you're allowed only so many continues. I don't know. Devon is just real overzealous in the ring right now. Hey guy, why don't you stop taunting folk? It's a holiday season. It's no way to act. So really, other than DDP not being on the game even though he's the reigning European champion when this game comes out, and there's not really anything like horribly bizarre about this game outside of the logo with the WWF to WWE change. Hey, there's a guy out there trying to win the match, stupid. Outside of those two things, now they're both trying to win the match. What is happening? No. And no. There wasn't anything mind-blowing about the WWE and this game is concerned. Actually, the Wikipedia page for this game was relatively short. So next week, we're really going to have to deep dive into what the company was doing from a storyline perspective here in June of 2002. Letting Edge win cage matches apparently is up at the top. Oh my God. Is towards the top of the list because I don't know. He scared me. I'm curious to know. I don't think Tajiri and Regal got together till later. The 02. See, this would have been what was it, 18? So Triple H and Jericho right now are feuding. 18, the Intercontinental title match was Regal and RVD, which was underrated. Great match. Was it the Un-Americans and APA? Was that a thing? I feel like it was. Oh my Lord. Well, no, because Regal's it was in the Un-Americans, and he's not here in 02. I love the fact that apparently you can't get pins because he never counted. I love hearing the fact that they pitched this stable of Test, Christian, Regal, and Lance Storm to be Un-Americans. And the only one who was not afraid of the heat they were going to get was Regal. That's why it stopped so quick. Oh, I don't want to get heat when I go to my kid's school board, and Regal's like, no, it's fine. This is just what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, can you please go get Devon now? Thank you, Lord. I had enough of this shit. Tell you what. Get off me. Two finishes I have now. Can't use either of them. Thank you. Look at you doing stuff. Oh! He kicked me in the middle of the butt, you dick. What a douche. Right in the middle of me doing power the punch, he kicks me. Spinning heel kick. What a dick. You're still catching one. He did it again. He took both my Edge, you're gonna get your ass whipped now. Get up. This game has proven to be kind of fun. And next week also we'll have my strategy guide here, so we can look at who you can unlock and how. Because we did notice quite a few question marks in the character select screen. Oh shit! Oh, I was. Oh, I was almost there. That's what she said. Get out, stupid. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Get up, Lord. I've been hit by a bus. Would you? I forgot that 3D shirt said got wood. That's fantastic. We got wood. We got wood. We. What? Really? A rear chin lock. He is climbing out of the cage. Douche canoe. Did he get down? What? How's that? Damn it. How do you win this shit? Oh, come on, guy. Oh. That was very aggressive on Devon's part. No. Okay. What is Devon is just real excited to get out of there. Can you go get Devon, please? Hello. Thank you. Just for that. Boom. Really with this? Really? I'm going to punch a baby. Not really. I love babies. Is it escape or submission? Why do they keep? I don't understand why they're blocking all of my submission attempts, but we can't pin. Why would you have one and not the other? Okay. Nope. Get down. Oh, that actually worked out. Nice. What? They don't stay down long enough for you to get out. You just got to hope they're doing something stupid while you're trying to get out. Devon just murdering me right now. Yeah, there's no pin because they're not counting. Now he's attempting to get out, and Edge just does not care. I'm just throwing both these guys off a cage, and they're getting up. Come on. Come on. There goes Devon. Probably going to win because he's pinning me, and you can't win by pin. And he just gets down. What is happening? There's a pin. Doesn't matter. I wonder how long this match has been going on for, because I have no clue. See, on the top it says infinite. And I believe that's how long it's been going, is infinite. See it right here? Infinite. I believe you. Tag team matches got to be just disgusting on here. Just impossible. Yeah, it's called the Regal Cutter. Now that I think about it, that's absolutely a finish of his, or a signature. What do you want to call it? Would you get down? Oh, that worked out nice. Dude, now why can't I use a finisher right now to get over the cage? We won. Woo! Count it. Championship. That sucked. Don't ever do that again. Why don't they have like a ranking? Like how close you are, who you beat, how close you are to winning the title, where you rank amongst the contenders. Just simple things, you know? Another one. Triple threat hardcore match, Rob Van Dam and Farouk. Oh, this one says Survivor Series. Will it be a Survivor Series stage? I wonder. I pray tell. It is. So now I'm wondering, have I just not been paying attention? It's been a different stage every time, and I just thought it was WrestleMania 18. No, I think this is the first time it's been a different stage. Again, this is what I don't understand about the GameCube and like longevity of consoles. This is 2002. The disc for this game is this big. Look at the graphics on this. And I remember the mini disc when GameCube came out. The mini disc was supposed to be like, this is gaming in the future. You know, we left the cartridges behind in 95, and now we're going to mini discs here in 01. And I never played a GameCube game that was bad. But for some reason, like this mini disc thing just got abandoned. I don't know if it's like a memory thing. I don't know how that works. But it looks fine here. I don't understand. I remember when this game came out. I'm sorry, this console came out. One of the headliners was the Spider-Man game. And now, granted, I haven't seen it in probably 24 years. But I remember it looking great, and the game was super fun in the time. And still to this day, the best NASCAR game I've ever played was on GameCube. And some of you guys are thinking, oh, NASCAR game, high bar. Listen, I like NASCAR, okay? It's if you turn the difficulty up and you actually like try to race, not like a dick and just hit people all the time, it's actually challenging and fun. Okay? Why am I defending myself to you? I don't care. I'm a nerd. I'm playing a wrestling game right now with you. You all know. You know. If only Dollar Bill Dave was here, he'd be so happy right now. Farouk. He'd probably be cheering for Farouk. Actually, not probably. He would be cheering for Farouk. Big Ron Simmons fan. Florida State Seminole legend. Wait, I forgot. He hasn't said it in so long. WCW World Heavyweight Champion and Florida State Seminole legend, Ron Simmons. Former WCW World Champion and Florida. It doesn't sound right. Maybe it's just because it's my mouth and not Dave's, but it just doesn't sound right. RVD. Stop it. Yeah, that's what you get for just. Did I suplex RVD or did it get broken because I got speared by Farouk? I don't know the answer to that. How do I get in the ring? Okay. It'd be really interesting to see what Ron Simmons could have accomplished had he been Ron Simmons and not Farouk. You know, out of the gate. Like if he didn't show up dressed like a Spartan with a baked potato on his head. What could he have done? I don't think Ron could have won the world title in WWF. But I also can't really think of a reason why he couldn't have, especially in 95, 96. They were kind of hurting especially for heels. Like it was, you had Bret Hart was a babyface until 97. with the Heart Foundation thing. Shawn Michaels was he a heel in 96? I don't remember. I don't think so. I think he turned him. Sid was playing softball. Vader was supposed to be in that talk, and Shawn Michaels ruined his career at SummerSlam. Austin was a heel, but the crowd was kind of turning him. And then, of course, King of the Ring was in 96 when the crowd completely turned him. Yeah, they needed a heel bad. You know, Diesel's gone just after whatever In Your House was after WrestleMania 12. Hall's gone. They had no heels. And then they bring in Ron Simmons, who, look at him, he needs no gimmick. And they made him the Black Spartan. And I don't even hate, I actually enjoyed Nation of Domination Farouk at the beginning when it was him, The Rock, D'Lo, and Mark Henry, but before The Rock started to usurp him. And I'm not saying that was negative. I like that storyline too. But I thought they could have got more mileage out of Nation leader Farouk. Because then they turn him babyface, and what are you going to do with that? What are you supposed to do with babyface Farouk? Not draw money. That's what you're going to do. Why can't I get up? These triple threat matches, I really hope the next one's a fatal 4-way. You know, why not? Let's just go all out. Is that a pipe? Ron Simmons just piped me? I think he did. I'm not going to get involved in that. Okay. Oh, he's getting the Dominator. How about an abdominal stretch, sir? Not letting you pin him. You just hit your finish on him. It is impossible to hit your finish in a triple threat match. Impossible. Now, granted, I wish the power of the punch setup wasn't 9 seconds long. That would be nice. I don't mean to just sit. I don't mean to just sit here and play and not talk, but these triple threat matches take all of my attention. Luckily, it's not in a cage. Otherwise, they would try to win at all times. But this is insane. Yeah. No. He drops kicks us, and I'm the one that goes down. Okay. Going to sleeper on. I go down. We're just pinning. If that had been it, I would have thrown this controller across the room. Not really. They're expensive now, but you get the picture. You know what's crazy too? I have two vintage video game places I buy all my stuff at. One here in LaPorte, which the guy just opened up probably in the last year. And then there's one in Michigan City, which is about 25 or so minutes away. That's called Game Changers, and they've been great. So I DM'd them while I was in North Carolina if they had a copy of this game. Game Changers did not. So that's the first time I've ever had conversation with them about the game, and they didn't have it. They do have WrestleMania 19, which is that's gonna be on the poll one day. Because not only did I not know that was a game, I was at that show. I was at WrestleMania 19. That was the first wrestling show I ever went to. But this new place in the port where I live, they did have it. They had two copies, actually. So after this match, I'm going to look up his business name so I can give him a proper plug and not get his business name wrong. So he's on Facebook. So if you look him up, just DM him if you're looking for a classic video game, and he might mail it to you. I don't know. Very nice guy. First time I went into that store, he had a newborn and was in there working the store, working the counter, and then working with the kid, and then he's handling the baby. And I was like, this is a good guy. I like this guy. No. You know what? Just for that, my little power of the punch. Boom. Hey, RVD, you're next. Oh, shit. And now Ron's back up. I'm in the ropes. That's right. It's triple threat. It's no DQ. Stupid. Why is that? Why is a triple threat no DQ? Does anyone ever explain that? It makes no sense. Why? There's three people now, so it doesn't matter. What? Like even now, you see, like you can tell when any of the companies, I'm not picking on one, but when they have somewhat of a semblance of a storyline going on and they get roadblocked as far as where to go or how to move forward, they'll just book a triple threat match because it's no DQ. You can do whatever you want, which is lazy, by the way, but I don't know. No one's ever explained why a triple threat match is no DQ. Why? Well, because now there's two extra legs. Rope breaks don't matter. Like, I don't understand. What is happening? Get off of me. I'm gonna be down for several minutes probably after that one. Didn't I just hit the power on the punch on somebody recently, like in the last couple seconds? Now I'm just getting murdered. Was it Farouk? I think it was Farouk. Ugh. Okay. Really? Guy? I pressed the wrong button. Damn it. I will tell you the recovery time for these wrestlers on this game is 0 to none. Nope. Man, that was close. Look at the wrong guy. Oh, that was nice. What are you waiting for? Why did you stop? I'm going to hit the 5-star. No, never mind. What? What? Okay. No. You do whatever you want, Farouk. Good job. Good on you. No referee. This is stupid. This is stupid. It is impossible to keep any of them down long enough to pin someone. What might say impossible? Like, I would rather be in a cage match, right? Oh, yeah, you guys go ahead and be out there with your finish that you just did. That's fine. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, RVD. Go ahead and come in here. You a little taunt going. Oh boy. I've angered them both. That backfired immediately. Oh, wait. That was hot, what he just did. I'm not going to lie. Might not work out in my favor. That was hot. All right, good. RVD got up. What? Get up, Regal. I just got a Dominator. Shut up, nerd. Okay, I'm just waiting for the first one. Who's going to go down first? Oh, that worked out nice. God. Oh. No, we got. Why did I look at RVD? No. You would. You tool. Can I? This sucks. We found a weak point in the game. Triple threat matches are impossible. So there you go. Of all things, triple threat matches are redonkulous. What do you? Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and get up. Oh my God. Do you feel good after that? Make you feel special? I don't know what that was. Regal cutter. Kick. I'm in the ropes. Doesn't matter. Triple threat match. Not important. I haven't picked up a single weapon in this match. I just realized. I don't know how. Isn't that fun? Can I do something? I'm over it. I'm over it already. Can't get up. Oh. See if I can steal it. See if I can steal one. Get up. What? Oh, no. Oh. This is obnoxious. Oh my God. I hate it here. What is happening? Kick out. Oh, I swear to Jesus. Oh my Lord, with the pin attempts. Why is it the guy that was attacked always gets up first? Why is that? I don't like it. My God. Like they're not down long enough for you to pin them. Yeah, it's always the guy that gets attacked gets up first. Uh-oh. Really? Just leave me out there for a few minutes. I don't want to be a part of this match anymore. It's stupid. You can't pin me outside of the ring, dummy. What a dummy. Listen, I need you to chill out. Okay. You can't pin me outside the ring. Someone missed the rules meeting. I hate this match official. By the way, if you hadn't known already, I hate it. I hate it. Oh my God. This match has to be going on for 20 minutes. Has to be. If there's a triple threat match after this one, we might be done for the night because I'm already over it. If we would have won there, I'd have lost my shit. Okay. Yep, Ron Simmons known for his swing neck breakers. This is a lot. All right, who's going down first? Can't let you do that. I'm going to go after Farouk. He's going to get up first. And then he reverses my shit. Actually, didn't reverse it. He just woke up before I could finish doing it. This is El Terrible. What? Every time. This is stupid. I almost want one of them to win now, just so this shit can be over with. Although I'd have to do it again. So, no, I don't. Never mind. Oh, my God. I just went to pin him, and he stood up. I take back all the good things they said about the Nintendo GameCube. Apparently, there's no submissions because Ron Simmons has been beaten into a bloody pulp. He didn't submit from that. This is dumb. This is dumb. Do you remember? I can't be the only one watching this that had these nights. So when we were kids, and we would specifically WrestleMania 2000, and you would book. Now you had to be playing with somebody else. It couldn't be the computer. And you would book a ladder match, and you and your friend would play that for 4 hours. No one would stay down long enough to. I remember we would power bomb each other. Like we would do finishes on the ramp, as far away from the ring and the ladder as possible, and they would still get back in time to knock you off the ladder. I thought that was it for a minute. I was about to be furious. Farouk to the top rope. The surprise of no one does not connect. I should have pressed the wrong button. It works out. Yeah. Of course. And then he pins me. Just hanging out on the top rope. You didn't want to break up the pin. You big goof. Who's going to go down? Farouk's going to go down. He reversed it. Are you shitting me? Of course. Why wouldn't that have happened? And then I get dominated. Boom. Oh, I didn't. That's nice. Thank you. I already did something decent for once. And then he pins me. I like how I'm working my way towards a rope for a match that has no rope breaks. It's not frustrating at all. That actually worked out in my favor. Regal cutter. Pin. Are you shitting me? What? Like how? Oh, shit. Reverse it, Regal. Come on. Come on, guy. Nope. Gonna take it. My knee just popped. Something terrible. I don't know if you heard that on the feed, but wow. I don't think I kicked out. I think he just let me up. Which means this match continues. Oh, boy. I wonder if Farouk does a spine buster. I haven't seen him do it. I don't necessarily want to do it to me. I've been dominated again for like the 5th time. And then I get up. I lose, and then I get up. My heavens. Can I? What? Am I invisible? Am I Patrick Swayze and Ghost? What's going on here? I don't know what to do here to win this. For one, how do you pick up a weapon? Let's start with that. Maybe that'll help. A and X. That's weird. Now I'm getting work text. It's a fantasy football related. Oh. I was seated on the top rope a minute ago. So other than it being impossible to win a triple threat match, the game has been enjoyable up to this point. This will be our last match of the night, whether I win it or not. Sledgehammer. Everyone knows if you get it with the sledgehammer, you're buried, son. Would you just let me do a move? Quit interrupting me. Yeah. There's 2 sledgehammers in the ring. This is this is dangerous. This is a borderline war zone in here with 2 sledgehammers. Yeah. You tricked them. Oh. And you know, the fun part is I want to be able to sit here and talk about old wrestling stuff. If you ever come on the stream and you have a question to me about new wrestling stuff, just know this. I'll give you my opinion on what I know. I don't watch new stuff. I used to not miss a WWE pay-per-view for years, right? This is before I went to WrestleMania 19. Like the first pay-per-view I remember getting and watching live was WrestleMania 9 at Caesar's Palace. And really, the only thing I can remember is Undertaker coming out with a buzzard on his arm, or vulture, or whatever it was. After that, I don't think I missed another one, even through the in your house phases and the 12-month pay-per-views or 12 monthly pay-per-views. I don't think I missed another one until probably 2001, after the closure of WCW, because I was also watching every WCW pay-per-view. And again, my fandom kind of dropped off. And then I was lucky enough to go to WrestleMania 19 in Seattle. My first wrestling show I ever went to. And it was a birthday present. And then when I went in the Air Force in 2004, or really I should say after WrestleMania 19, I quit watching. Like Cena was at 19, he did a rap battle, and I forgot. I don't know how I missed that, but I don't remember it at all. And then I bowed out when I went in the Air Force. I quit watching. I came back. What Mania was Flair's retirement match? Was that 26? No. No, WrestleMania 23 was the first one I watched. I was in my apartment at just outside of Langley Air Force Base in Hampton. And I remember watching that. I bought it. I don't even know, to be honest with you, I don't even remember why I bought it. I was just like, man, it'd be cool to watch WrestleMania. I had some friends over from the base, from my shop. We came over and watched it. I think I cooked out that day. I was the only diehard wrestling fan there. Now, what's funny is, let's talk about this before RVD pisses me off and breaks up the submission hole, is you always hear guys say like, oh yeah, I used to watch that. I wasn't really a big fan though. And then they rattle off like 13 people they used to watch. But we watched that, and then I still wasn't in until 2009. That's when I really came back and was watching Raw and SmackDown every week and watching the pay-per-views. And I was 2 years behind on NXT. The first, I will say, indie kind of darling I really became enamored with was Kevin Steen. And when he debuted on NXT, that's when I started watching NXT. And then because of that, I really began to like Sami Zayn. I really like his in-ring work. I like how he presents himself. Still a big Kevin Owens fan. I wish they would do more with him. Again, as a heel, Kevin Owens should never be a babyface. Unless the fans turn him generically. Or not generically, that's not the right word. Genuinely. He should be a heel. Period. And, you know, I think Pac in the WWE and in AEW has been misused something insane. I remember when Pac won King of the Ring, I was like, okay, they're going to do something with him. And they're just like, no, we're not. Gotcha. But I don't know, in the last few years, and now mind you, I was a guy when AEW started. I watched All In, the first one, Cody and Dustin, was tremendous. One of my favorite matches of all time. And I watched every Dynamite for probably 4 to 5 months or so, I'd say. And it just chased me off. Like, I don't. Now, granted, I'm a WWE guy. I'll admit that. It's not really my cup of tea, but they have people I like. And it's, I don't know. Like I remember watching the episode where Orange Cassidy was debuted in a stall in the men's room. They didn't say who it was or why he was in a bathroom stall for no reason. He just showed up. And that may have been my first, like, what are we doing here? And the first negative interaction I started having with, and granted, it's online fans, so I take it with a grain of salt. But my first negative interaction I had with online wrestling fans, I remember talking about it on when we used to do FFP, is about that specific thing, and we talked about it when I used to do Top Guy Theater way back in the day, and I never understood Orange Cassidy. I don't get it. Now I understand people like it. I understand kids like it. That's great. I have no problem with that at all. But me as an old time wrestling fan, started watching in '89. Again, I've watched WWF and WCW. I watched a little bit of ECW. I didn't understand why they introduced him that way. I didn't know who he was. Now, granted, I knew who he was because of Twitter. But if I didn't have Twitter, I wouldn't know who he was. And I didn't understand the pockets gimmick, the hands in the pockets. So this is a classic example. We're on Top Guy Theater, and my friend Brandy Wagner's on there, and she's trying to explain to me Orange Cassidy because I don't get it. I still don't get it, for the record. I'm sure he's a really nice guy. I have no doubt about that. I don't get his character. And here's the honest to God truth. I don't need to. I'm 40. I'm not the guy they're looking for. But I go, why is he walking around with his hands in his pockets? He's a wrestler. He should be ready for combat at all times. And the response I got was, well, that's his character. Eventually he gets, if you just wait, eventually he gets mad and he starts to have a good wrestling match. And I had a very simple response to that. I'm watching television. Why do I have to wait? That doesn't even make sense. Like if I'm watching something, say a movie, and I'm interested in the plot, and from the trailer, it's got good action scenes, but you take advantage of neither for the first 40 minutes. I'm not waiting. That's your job, is to keep me here. It is not my job to stay here until something good happens. So I just got to the point, and WWE, to be fair, on the other side of the coin, hasn't exactly, grabbed my attention either. And I've never missed a pay-per-view. And then it turned into, I'm going to watch the big 4 or 5 or whatever it is now. And now it's really like, okay, I'll watch WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. Just to check in, see, who's doing what, stuff like that. Other than that, and listen, my favorite wrestler ever is CM Punk. And, I'm happy he's back. I'm happy he's the world champion. I'm happy he's doing what he likes and he seems to be happy. I enjoy Gunther, but there's no real storylines going on right now that grab my attention. If I would have won just there, I would have peed. Joy. Pee of joy. But yeah, I've just gotten to the point. And listen, I go to conventions and I work them, with the wrestlers. And I've never been disappointed with an interaction I've had with a wrestler, present day or from the past. They've all been really cool. And that's Tommy Rich, that's Ultimo Dragon, who was excellent. One of my favorite ones. Sonny Ono. Sabu, briefly, because he came in late, no fault of his own as a plane. Sean Waltman. Camille and Tom Latimer, like they've all been great. I like the wrestlers. Oh man, if I would have won with the schoolboy. I've met Lance Archer, was great, nice guy. I've met Rebel, awesome. I've met Thunder Rosa, great. But I like all of them individually as people, but on TV, the storylines they're given, like, I'm good. Come on, get up. No, stop. What? Really? He hit me and not Farouk, who was closer to him. What? But I think I've also gotten to the point that I just think with the wrestling, he won. What? He hit a 5-star Fox match with Farouk standing, and he won with it. I'm not into that. I'm not into it that way. I think I've gotten to the point with where the products, this is AEW and WWE, are focused on, and who they're focusing it for. It's just right now it's not for me. And let me be very clear. WWE, with the exception of some very few moments and storylines, is based on children, which has been the case since I was, again, 1990 when I was watching, 1989. Nothing wrong with that. Eventually, like even the Bloodline, everyone raved about the Bloodline storyline. It was good. I don't think it was like the greatest thing ever that was kind of made out to be. It was okay. It was good. It brought The Rock back, so I had to knock it a few points for that. But it's for kids, and that's fine. You know, that's who buys the merchandise. I get it. But eventually a storyline or something will grab my attention and they'll drag me back in. It always happens. AEW is for fans who want, and I don't mean this to be a negative, so don't take it this way. They want high-flying violence for the sake of violence. And their version of long-term storytelling is we're going to do something and then not follow up on it. And in 9 months, we're going to bring it up again. So us and for us, so we can all go, oh my God, do you remember when this happened? And everyone else but us is going to say no, but we're going to know about it. And then we're going to call that long-term storytelling. It's not, for the record. And, you know, just these high-paced, no psychology matches. It's just not, that's not my thing either. I don't need high-flying, overly technical, overly complicated, ultra dangerous matches just for the sake of having them. I'm good. That's what ECW was. And you know what? ECW had their crowd and they did okay. That's fine. Not for me. And that's fine too. That's why when we do our shows, Drunken Pop or whatever the case, talking wrestling with Pond Water, I don't bitch about AEW. Enough people do that. It's annoying. Like, you guys don't listen to myself and Pond Water and Amy and Timmy and Dave and, you know, Andrew and Terry on down the line. You don't listen to us. Just sit here and listen to us bitch about things we don't like. Because there's enough people doing that, and the majority of them doing that online aren't very good at it to begin with. Right? So if we don't enjoy something, we're just not going to talk about it. Because for one, if we don't enjoy it, why would we waste our breath on it? So yeah, I mean, that's why I love getting on here and playing these games and talk about old school wrestling that I remember growing up. To me, that's my happy spot. And I would bet if you're watching this on Twitch or Facebook or wherever you're watching this, it's probably your soft spot too. Welcome aboard. That's the other thing too. Like, I have probably been to more AEW shows than I have been WWE shows. I was at the Rampage. Was it Rampage that Punk debuted on? I think it was. I was there in Chicago. So if you go back and watch the highlight package of that they did of Punk returning, on the hard cam side, you'll see a sign. It's a white poster, three rows from ringside. White poster with gold trim around it, and it says something about CM Punk. I don't remember what it was. Directly behind that poster is my face. Now, the problem with that is the guy never put his poster down the entire time Punk was out there. And I have a picture about it. If you remind me, I'll share it on Twitter. He kept it up the entire promo. I didn't say anything because he was there with like his little tiny son, like 6 or 7 years old. I wouldn't ruin their day. But had he not, you would have seen someone's poster getting torn up in the crowd. But I was there for that. I think I've been to 2 or 3 all-ins in when they were doing the yearlies in Schaumburg, Illinois. I've been to at least 1 Dynamite, if not 2. And then for WWE, I've been to 1 WWE house show that was in Hammond. And it was the first time I'd been in Hammond in like 35 years. I don't know why. But I've been to 1 house show, WrestleMania 19. I went to Extreme Rules 2014. It was Cena and Rusev in a flag match. That's when I was at. It was at the Allstate Arena. I was at the Raw where CM Punk stole the urn for the Paul Bearer Memorial Show. I was at that. I went to SummerSlam 22 in Nashville. We were at Royal Rumble 21 in St. Louis. Or was that 22? The same year? Might have been. So I've been to just as many, if not more, AEW shows in WWE. You know what I've been doing in the last few years that I actually enjoy far more than going to either major companies' shows is I started going to indie shows, which I've never done. And those are real fun. I like those a lot. So we used to have, when Dave lived in the Quad Cities in Illinois, we had a deal with SCW, which is run by Merrick Brave. And their talent is funneled in through a school called Brave and Black. That's Merrick Brave and Tyler Black, Seth Rollins. And we would come in and promote their shows on social media, and then they would let us interview the talent when the show was over. And we went to 3 or 4 of those shows, and we had a riot every time. And they were super gracious to us, super nice, great crowds. Although one of the matches I was confused because a fan ran in and attacked the referee. Referee did nothing but ref and got attacked for it. I went to a show here in South Bend for Warrior Wrestling, which was actually my introduction to Konosuke Takeshita, was that show. Brian Pillman Jr. was on that show. There's a couple guys in that show that were very good, and I'm surprised have not been picked up by one of the major companies. Trevor Outlaw was one of them. He was outstanding. And I've kind of kept up with him on social media and whatnot. That dude is so good. I don't understand how he's not working, WWE or TNA or something. Doesn't make any sense to me. And then I've been to the Squared Circle Expo. That's where I work, by the way. I go to work the wrestlers, is Squared Circle Expo. I've been to their matches twice and had nothing but fun both times. I really love that after every move, we just pin. Blocked my power of the punch. Although I didn't lose a finisher, so that's nice. But yes, going to independent matches, independent shows is far more enjoyable than going to a major wrestling show. And for 2 main reasons. 1, I can actually afford it. And 2 is way less people. Far more interactive. You get to, you're dealing directly with the talent. Much more one-on-one interactions. And you might see a rising star make it to the big time one day. Like, I saw that dude in, Quad Cities, Illinois in 2022. I just lost again. In 2022. You know what I mean? So just do that. Just enjoy. And it's such an overused phrase, especially today. Just enjoy wrestling. Well, if I don't like it, I don't have to, for the record. But just quit bitching about it. You know? Like, there's people that get paid to do it. And the ones that get paid a lot to do it are the best at it. So just let them handle it. And like, I don't know where people get the time of the time in their day to just sit around and bitch about. I don't get it. There's so much more constructive ways to utilize your time. Dude, there might actually be a fatal four-way coming up in this. So let's see, just for fun, how many guys I've beaten and how many guys are left. So I've beaten Shane. What is happening? So I've beaten Shane. I've beaten Lance Storm. Didn't face Taz. Didn't face Albert. Beat Scotty 2 Hotty relatively quickly. Beat the Hurricane. I can't beat Farouk. Didn't face Tajiri the Big Show. Beat Devon. Haven't faced Tester Bubba. Neither Hardy. Beat Edge. Didn't face Christian. Haven't faced Booker T. Can't beat RVD. Haven't faced anyone in the top row. So Hogan, Hall, Nash, Rikishi, Kane, Jericho, Angle, Triple H, Undertaker, Austin, and The Rock. Haven't beat any of them yet. This could be real long. And I didn't see that coming. Also, there is something actually. Scott Hall. This was the only game, the only WWE game he was on as an active competitor. Well, the first since, I think, Raw for Sega Genesis. Or no, was it? I think it was Raw Sega Genesis. Might have been one after that. But since then, hadn't been an active competitor on here since then because this is in WCW. And this is the last game he will be on a WWF video game as an active competitor because he was actually released. If not just before this game was released, just after it. One of the two. It's June of 2002 when this was released. So that's unfortunate. But next week, I'm going to look when I study my strategy guides here. We're going to look ahead. There, it says L, and I don't know why. Like, what else is there? It doesn't do anything. So next week when I get my strategy guide in, we're going to see who these question marks are. How we unlock the other wrestlers, these question marks down here, and anything else we know, maybe additional costumes, maybe venues. Actually, you know what? Let's look at venues we have before we leave. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, here we go. WrestleMania 18. We got Raw. SmackDown with Fist. SummerSlam. Survivor Series. Royal Rumble 02. That's it. That's boring. So we'll go through all the unlockables next week, wrestlers or otherwise. We're going to take a deeper dive into Creative Superstar because I do want to see who's like ready-made on here, whose costumes and things are on here already. Again, Doink is almost a gimme. So he's somewhere on here. And don't be surprised if I sneak on between now and Friday, and maybe we'll get some Warzone in and try to win the world title on that game. But this has been Bash on the Buttons as we start WrestleMania X8. What a way to start the new year with 2 hours. My goodness, we're spoiled. But can't wait. We got so many games coming up to play. And here's the best thing. It's going to be real hard for us to run out. There's a lot of games for us to play. A lot of hours to slog. I almost said slog. a lot of hours to log, and just sit here, talk wrestling. We'll talk some video game history. We'll keep playing video games. So that's been this week. I'm TJ Stevens for Bash on the Buttons. I will see you sometime this week as we continue maybe some Warzone and try to win the world title on that. Hope you had a good holiday. Everyone enjoy going back to work on Monday. And again, we'll be back later this week, Friday for sure, for WrestleMania X8, but also Warzone.